Firstly, thank you to the organisers for the opportunity to speak at this event today. I'm pleased to be here to share with you Tasmania's green hydrogen potential and to outline the vision and actions we're undertaking in our little corner of the world to develop a world-class hydrogen industry. I also thank my fellow speakers. This conference gives us all a great opportunity to hear about what those involved in the market for renewable hydrogen and the opportunities and challenges to develop this industry. In Tasmania, we have an ambitious plan for growing our economy and creating more jobs through the development of a world-class green hydrogen sector. Green hydrogen provides a critical enabler in Australia's energy transition to a cleaner and more sustainable future. Tasmania, as Australia's leading renewable energy state, has some significant competitive advantages to offer industry and the world. We're already 100% self-sufficient in renewable electricity and have legislated a world-leading target to double our renewable generation to 200% of our current needs by 2040, with an interim target of 150% by 2030. We are one of the few places in the world that can legitimately make claim to being 100% renewable. Our considerable history and expertise in renewable energy, coupled with our existing and potential renewable energy resources, world-leading expertise in hybrid power systems, abundance of water, and quality industrial precincts, ideally position Tasmania to make the most of the opportunities available in the global energy transition. We have a history of hydroelectricity generation and a strong pipeline of new generation, particularly onshore and offshore wind. The most recent being ACE in Australia, a 210 turbine wind farm that will have generation capacity of up to 1,260 megawatts, an estimated construction value of $2.7 billion. And NextSphere wants to develop a Bass Strait offshore wind energy project generating between 500 and 1,000 megawatts of renewable energy, with stage one comprising about 35 turbines over the horizon in Bass Strait and not visible from land. Analysis also indicates that the cost of green hydrogen production in Tasmania could be 10 to 15% lower than from other Australian power grids and 20 to 30% lower than from dedicated off-grid variable renewables. We released our Tasmanian Renewable Hydrogen Action Plan in March 2020, available on the Tasmanian Government's website. I encourage you all to take the opportunity to look through the detail if you haven't already. Our Renewable Hydrogen Action Plan sets out our vision, our strategic hydrogen vision, and a series of ambitious goals. By 2022 to 2024, we have commenced both production and use of green hydrogen in Tasmania. By 2025 to 2027, we will have commenced export of green hydrogen, and from 2030, we will be a significant global supplier of green hydrogen for export and for domestic use. Importantly, our plan has been developed to complement Australia's national hydrogen strategy, which is critical to ensure a thriving hydrogen industry in Australia. We're delivering on our plan to establish a viable large-scale green hydrogen industry in Tasmania based on four key areas. Exploring opportunities for using locally produced green hydrogen in Tasmania and for export. Providing financial support for green hydrogen projects and continuing investment attraction activities with international trade partners. Ensuring a robust and supportive regulatory framework and assessing supporting infrastructure. And building community and industry awareness, developing skills and supporting research and education. So our plan is not just about a vision and target, it's about real supply and demand side actions we can take as a government to support the private sector invest in this new industry. The centrepiece of the Tasmanian Renewable Hydrogen Action Plan is the Tasmanian Government's $50 million Tasmanian Renewable Hydrogen Industry Development Funding Program, with $2.6 million provided to support 3 feasibility studies investigating large-scale renewable hydrogen projects in Tasmania. Origin Energy, 500 plus megawatts, a feasibility study investigating development of a large-scale green hydrogen and ammonia plant at Bell Bay, with an initial production rate of 420,000 tonnes of green ammonia per annum. Able Energy, a study examining the feasibility of deploying 100 megawatts of electrolyser plant to produce green hydrogen and green methanol at Bell Bay for both domestic and export use. This project is one of the first projects looking at green methanol in Australia. Grange Resources exploring the potential to use hydrogen to replace natural gas for industrial heating within their pelletising facility located at Port Latter. All three projects are now complete with knowledge sharing reports publicly available. A brief review of the outcomes. Grange Resources found that it would be technically feasible to convert its iron ore furnaces to run on hydrogen. However, it would need significant capex investment to bridge the economic gap. Origin Energy found that the project was technically feasible and is now looking to move into its front-end engineering design project phase. Able Energy found that the project is also technically feasible and has a high potential to play a large role in decarbonising the marine and shipping sector. Able is also now looking to move into its front-end engineering design project phase. Tasmania has also seen significant interest from a range of proponents beyond those funded to conduct a study to produce green hydrogen and green ammonia at competitive rates. Fortescue Future Industries are looking at a 250 megawatt facility. Woodside Energy, 300 megawatts. Countrywide Renewable Hydrogen, 10 megawatts. Lion Hydrogen, 5 to 10 megawatts. And others have all expressed interest in export and domestic-sized hydrogen production projects at Bell Bay in northern Tasmania. Additionally, both Fortescue Future Industries, Woodside Energy and also Origin Energy have entered into MOUs with the international corporations to examine the feasibility of exporting green ammonia from Bell Bay to the APAC region, while Able Energy is having discussions with partners around the use and export of green methanol. This highlights the desire to cooperate on an international level. HIF Global, a world-leading e-fuels company, has also announced plans for a commercial-scale facility to be built in northwest Tasmania. HIF Global is taking what it learns in Chile and applying it globally. The company has said it expects operations to commence in mid-2026, delivering up to 100 million litres of carbon-neutral e-fuels and 260,000 tonnes of avoided CO2 emissions every year. These are all very exciting projects. And while the Tasmanian Government supports the development of green hydrogen projects across the entire state, the Bell Bay Advanced Manufacturing Zone is a prime location to kickstart the industry. Leveraging our infrastructure, access to energy and water, and end-use applications, demonstrating this, the Tasmanian Government successfully led a consortium bid to secure 70 million of funding from the Australian Government under its Clean Hydrogen Industrial Hub program. The Tasmanian Government, in partnership with industry, plans to develop multi-user infrastructure in Bell Bay to help enable the efficient development of a green hydrogen industry. Developing a green hydrogen hub at Bell Bay will help grow our economy and jobs through increased demand for Tasmania's renewable energy and products. We see having export-sized production facilities for different renewable hydrogen derivatives will help to secure supply needed for Tasmanian businesses to invest in renewable technology that will help to retain their international competitiveness. The Tasmanian Government has approved up to 12.3 million to progress recommendations from the study, including a trial of 3 hydrogen buses by Metro Tasmania. We anticipate that funding will also be available to investigate hydrogen trucks in collaboration with the Tasmanian Transport Association, as well as for hydrogen marine vessels, with potential demonstrations to follow. The Tasmanian Government has also partnered with the Blue Economy Cooperative Research Centre, a joint Australian and Tasmanian Government initiative that will unlock significant private investment from around the globe, headquartered in Launceston, northern Tasmania. The Blue Economy CRC will deliver an offshore renewable energy systems program focused on continuing Tasmania's leadership in the production of low-cost, reliable and clean energy, with hydrogen as part of this innovation. The Tasmanian Government is excited about having the first green hydrogen produced in Tasmania soon, and with the Blue Economy CRC commissioning a 700 kilowatt electrolyser later this year. This electrolyser will produce 250 kilograms of hydrogen per day, and we will use its green hydrogen to power our zero emissions bus trial. Assessment of how this plant and equipment could link to other initiatives is currently underway. And I can't wait to show the Tasmanian community that hydrogen buses are safe, quiet and fantastic for the environment. To complement the development of a domestic market, we're also working to strengthen Tasmania's international partnerships. Global engagement is key to realising Tasmania's full potential as a green hydrogen exporter in the coming years, and will future-proof the state's energy industry. Tasmania is prioritising collaboration with key partners in Europe and Asia to identify potential opportunities for project collaboration, technology innovation and the establishment of green hydrogen supply chains. The Tasmanian Government has signed memoranda of understanding focused on green hydrogen collaboration with the Port of Rotterdam and the Government of Flanders in Belgium. We're also looking to sign a third MOU with the Government of Bremen, Germany, in the latter half of this year. To support this ongoing work, we released our Green Hydrogen International Engagement and Export Strategy in May this year to ensure a strategic and future-focused approach to our international engagement and export ambitions. Singapore is already a strong trade partner for Tasmania in other sectors. In fact, the Tasmanian Premier will lead a trade mission to Singapore and some surrounding ASEAN countries in October this year. We hope to expand the scope of this trade to one day include hydrogen and its derivatives. I look forward to continuing to work with our key international partners to both realise Tasmania's green hydrogen future and to help them achieve their decarbonisation goals. Identifying opportunities for the use of Tasmania's green hydrogen as an energy source in the Antarctic region is another important opportunity we're exploring. Tasmania, as an international gateway to Antarctica, is ideally positioned to facilitate the use of hydrogen-based renewable energy systems to provide power and fuel requirements for both Australian and foreign research operations. A crucial element of a renewable energy traceability measure is ensuring Tasmania's existing below baseline renewable energy generation, which represents the majority of Tasmania's hydropower generation, is appropriately recognised. To support the Australian energy sector transformation, it is essential that we invest in a workforce that will build and maintain our renewable energy assets. So in partnership with the Australian Government, we're delivering a $16 million skills and training initiative called Energising Tasmania to support a pipeline of local skilled workers equipped with the expertise needed for the development of a hydrogen industry. As you can see, we are laying the foundations to support the achievement of our Hydrogen Action Plan and our key goals. In summary, the Tasmanian Government plans to establish a green hydrogen industry in the state by leveraging off our already very strong renewable energy capabilities, investing in infrastructure and the workforce, and learning from international partners. I look forward to continuing to work with government, industry, international partners and the community to help realise Tasmania's renewable energy and hydrogen vision. Thank you very much for inviting me to speak to you today and to share Tasmania's vision to be a world leader in the renewable energy transition.